Quay, morning, Reverend. It's 6 after midnight. It's the 19th of February, 2025. Yeah, general stuff I'm going to be sending out, and also be sending out a letter to you, probably in a general way, to get you tagged up. Um, yeah. That first video I punched out there was regarding my emotional state. This is the anniversary of Ma's death. This is 12th anniversary. And during this time, Ma was already getting visited by Michael or by Raphael or by Gabriel, one of the major threes. I think it was Gabriel. Couldn't have been Michael. If it was Michael on that one, boy, that's got to be something, isn't it? But to tell you the truth, I hadn't had any dreams of my family. Not in a long while. I haven't had any cold spots or shivers. I haven't heard any weird ass voices except for the neighbors. I got nothing. I got nothing, Rev. So whatever's happening, it ain't happening there. That's for darn sure. Except we did have uh, people jumping the gun or having issues with the Edison power company again. For a long while, we've had outages popping up and down. And I don't know if this is being controlled because of the weather or by other reasons, but it's freaking out my town again. And some of the people are just worried. And then they actually checked on the Edison website, Southern California Edison, found out, okay, we got to reschedule for a couple of more days. Yay, Friday. Deal with it. Hey, I'm hip on that one. And as for today's anniversary, well, if I keep busy enough, I don't have to worry about being triggered left and right. I've already been triggered too many times already. And past, I lost track. Lost track of time on this one. Leading up to it, the stress, the strain, the freakouts, the crying, the emotional bawling, praying like crazy, trying to deal with a little girl and her midnight hour stressings. If I'm up and I'm away from the bedroom, she'll worry. She can't smell me. Doesn't matter if my clothing is in there or not. She don't smell me. She goes nuts. That's my dog for you. Meanwhile, I feel like I am under edge right now, Rev. I mean, I'm on edge not just because of the anniversary is going to be putting me through an emotional tizzy, which I've already been through. No, and I think because I'm expecting too much of this day. Well, too much, Reverend. Well, too much. Yeah, I said before about the power outage. I talked about it in other videos I sent over to you. If I hadn't, I'll try to locate those. But every time there's been a power outage, I had to be prepared for this stuff because I didn't want my food to get spoiled. Normally, you had to keep it in the refrigerator closed tightly and don't open the damn thing unless you really, really had to, and then you had to let go of the cold air that way. I had kept, and I had purchased a while ago, a long while ago, blue ice. Small square things you shove in a freezer. And not to mention a couple of bags of ice that hadn't been seen the day of man yet. But, it's a reformulated tap water, that's all it is. Throw it in plastic bags, freeze them up, and then use them when you can. And then all the massive plastic bags I've gotten from DoorDash, every time there's been over grocery, it's always more of the plastic bags, but they come in handy sometimes. So I can throw in blue ice in them, keep them in the refrigerator, as long as I'm not opening a damn thing up. The trick is to get the stuff that you need for several hours. If I'm going to be needing to get some water filled in a filtration unit, I'm going to have to use that. Keep it out for a long while. It'll get warm, but at least I'll have drinkable water. The water out here in Roseman sucks. I heard about it a long time ago, but I just didn't really understand it until I actually started noticing the taste and smells on some occasions. And then seeing the deposits on the stainless steel pans throughout the years. And the other pots I've actually had for a long while that lasted for 50 or 60 years, they're rough now on the bottom. Mineral deposits. Constantly washing them with a hand soap or dishwasher has chafed the living crap out of my pans. But they're still usable. They're not whole, so I still have to work with what I've got. That being said, they're good if I put them in a plastic bag, Ziplocs, and freeze them up, and then use them for my igloos if I have to, or just for the refrigerator itself and just freeze stuff. Keep all the frozen stuff I've got in the refrigerator or in the freezer, but also with blue ice to keep them cold. I have to find ways to keep things preserved for several hours. At least the stuff I need to keep anyway. Some of the other stuff I'd try to replace as much as I can if I get them in igloos. Change the blue ice every so often. I mean, it's a complicated circus I do here, just for food preservation. Disaster, perhaps, yet. I learned about this one for a long time on this one, Reverend. So that mode is still going through my head. Besides my body and my brain are trying to tell me go back to bed. I'm saying, no, I'm staying up because I got to get this stuff down. It's the anniversary. I got to talk about this. I got to. Losing it. I think I'll send a copy over to my therapist on this one. Ooh. No, it's right out. It's when you're having your stuff around midnight, actually around noon. I'm going to be in class. I'm going to be going in class at 11 o'clock. If yours starts beforehand, like 9 o'clock on our time, then I'll get a chance to do maybe 2 hours of church, do my studies at college, and then an hour or two later, I'll get to deal with my therapist dealing with a nut job. And then I'll probably still need to get back to sleep again. If I'm not getting triggered on anything else, this day may be survivable enough. And then I'll probably do the griping and grumbling a little bit later tonight. Maybe I'll do something of a live feed. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk at you later, Reverend. You take care. Koi. The Maltus.